Today, we are inviting about 19 to 21 veterans, covering a range of conflicts all the way back to World War II to our present day, to come and speak with our 3 7th grade classes. So they're going to talk to about 300 students to share their story.
I'm here today because I would like to perpetuate the memory of World War II, the men and the women who served at that time, the sacrifices that they had to endure, the pains of war, and something that should always be remembered and not forgotten.
They fought for our freedoms and risked our lives and even gave their lives so we could practice our basic and daily freedoms every day, and without them our world would be so different.
I served 18 months in Europe and saw 4 major battles in Europe, and I survived all of them.
My fellow classmates are here today to raise money for Mount Hope Family Center. We raised more than we expected, so we're really, really happy with that. We're able to not just make Thanksgiving dinners for all the families, but we can now collect lists for what they want for Christmas for the kids.
A lot of our folks are on public assistance, and this is a time of year where they see all this stuff about Thanksgiving, and they're probably feeling like, well, we can't do this for our families. These groceries lets them have a meal for their families that they probably wouldn't be able to do. They just know they want to help people in the community, which makes it even better. They don't ask about names or anything. They just know that there's 20 families out there that can use their help.
They're driven, and they are really good-hearted, kind kids. They are willing to reach out to their community and make it better.
The thought of being able to help people in need is what really matters.
It gives you a really warm feeling knowing that you're able to help so many families.
The best alternative music since 1985. This is the only station that matters. 90.5 FM WBER Rochester, broadcasting live from the Webster Varsity Radio Club.
So the Radio Club really is completely student run. So they come in each week having planned out an hour plus of music. We broadcast via the internet over to WBER studio, and WBER is run by BOCES.
I would like to think I've become much better at speaking in public from it. Not very good at that at all, but I'd like to think I've had some improvement from it.
As station manager, I've become more assertive too, and not in like a negative way, but just in a way where I can say what I need to say.
Over a third of the DJs each year go on and do radio in college, which is a pretty cool thing, just kind of keeps this love of music going.
The whole idea came out of trying to find a career path for a lot of kids. They're going to get their geometry credit, they're going to get an English credit, and their tech credit.
Everybody learns differently. You know, some people got to see, some people hear it, some people have to do it. And it's just, for me, I just have to do it. So, I mean, to make the classroom better, you have to try all forms of learning.
Well, here with a project that they're going to put their hands on and they're going to take to somebody and present, that outcome is something that motivates them, and it also holds them accountable at the end of the day, that if it's not done right, we have to take all the screws and nails out and just do it again, and they've experienced that a few times too. So for me, that's what really kind of brings it alive.
I felt really proud of our team. I think we did a really good job on that.
So when I'm out here, I feel more successful. I feel like I'm actually doing something.
The whole Webster School District just rolled out the red carpet for us, just having as many students as they could packed into this auditorium to allow us to share the history behind American music with them. It was just so special.
I'm so grateful to be a part of this. It's kind of crazy that we did a master class with Grammy winners. I'm really lucky to be a part of it.
That they can see that somebody who is going through similar experiences to what they're doing right now can link onto a passion that they have and run with it and just reach the heights that they dream about. And she's Kate's really an example of that for our students.
The other message that I think Kate brings to us is the power of team. The power of being, it's not all by yourself. You accomplish these great things because you're part of a larger group. And that's what she has in the O'Connor Band.
It just really inspired me to keep on playing. And she came from here and now she has a Grammy, so it's really like you can do anything you want to do, and it's really inspiring.
We can't thank our partnership enough with the Fine Arts Director and with the whole school community.
I had incredible teachers that prepared me, sometimes prepared me even more than I needed to be prepared for certain things in the future. And so I've really felt like I left Schrader feeling like I could do so much because of what my teachers gave me.
I got a Scholastic Gold Key for my work Feline Foliage, and it really just meant a lot to me because my work was like out there.
It's definitely changed kind of like my view of like what I can do with it instead of just being a hobby to actually being able to do stuff, especially with the rise in like social media. There's less people saying you can't do this, you can't do that, because it is so much of our life now.
Coming in, I wasn't a great artist, but like through the process of and through a bunch of friends, through critiques and just kind of being together, it's helped, and I've progressed, especially in the past year. Like it's crazy.
Our kids are incredible when it comes to this type of talent. And when you think of a district and you think of the soul of a district, I think of the fine arts.
It's exactly what it sounds like with Art Fam. It is a family. It's a group of kids who all just have different ways of expressing different stories and being vulnerable and sharing with each other and having a community.
Sparks is a FIRST robotics team. It's actually it's a partnership usually between corporations and school districts and engineers and community members. And what we really do is inspire students for science and technology. I mean, we've had over $250,000 worth of scholarships students have earned over the years. They call it the Super Bowl of Smarts.
I like being on a team and getting to work with all the different people, as well as learning to use different machines and expanding my knowledge of engineering.
It's pretty fun. I really like designing things and engineering, so this is a really good place to learn how to do that better and get more experience in the workplace kind of situation.
I kind of joined robotics, LEGO robotics in 8th grade. My mom kind of pushed me to do it and I was apprehensive at first. And then I joined and I realized what a great group it is and how much it's preparing me for life as I went through it. And now looking back on the last 4 years, I kind of realized, how much it's taught me and the skills I've learned from it.
It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, seeing the kids grow, especially freshmen all the way through when you can get them to that senior year, just the changes that go on and the differences that, we as a team can make in their lives, it's enormous. And seeing them on the other side is really cool.
If you need a friend to play with, you can sit on it, and then someone can come over and ask you if they want to play, if you want to play with them.
We had a former family, those students went through here at Plank North, that made a very generous donation. We had some very smart people in our building that came together, hey, why not having buddy benches? So we purchased with that generous donation one buddy bench for the primary playground on the other side of the building and one that's right behind you here on the intermediate.
We actually had a few students that Mr. Bodensteiner and I worked with, to our care ambassadors, who volunteered to do a little skit and show how to utilize the buddy bench. And so we had a couple students who were playing with a ball and another one who was sitting on the bench, and they went over and asked them to join them.
I think this is a really good idea. Now people can sit here and people might come over and say, do you want to play with me? If they don't have a buddy, they shouldn't just be walking around being bored. They should try to get a buddy.
There was a little girl that came up and said, Mr. B, I sit on that buddy bench every day. And I asked her, does it work? She says, every day someone comes up to me and asks me. And, you couldn't ask for anything more.
It's the child that really knows what they need. They'll come in and they'll tweak what they get. It's there for them.
There was a post on Facebook saying that they had the math lab open over the summer, so I brought her in. And we're just trying to get a head start on 9th grade. I think it's fantastic. I do. I think it's awesome.
To see the child learn and get confidence in themselves, succeed. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to sit with a new kid at lunch or anywhere. You may make his day 10 times better, or you may even make a new friend.
You get to play outside and make new friends.
To read a lot.
I'm going to be learning to read because I just want to tell somebody how I can read.
Reading makes your writing better.
You can write letters down. I like learning about the letters because it's fun.
It would just be to enjoy school and just not like think about it as you have to go there. Just think that it's your job when you grow up and just, I don't know, just enjoy it while you have it.
Because I like learning.
It's people in the school that you can talk to and help you and just keep you determined to just keep going. And they love you just like no other. Like, it's the best.
I brought the Folds of Honor tribute program to the golf team, which is a program that involves the Women's Golf Coaches Association of America and a bunch of colleges and high schools together to support fallen soldiers that help serve our country.
Each match that we play, a different girl has the honor of carrying that bag in honor of that soldier.
It was a good feeling just to everyone was looking at the bag just to see what I was carrying, the face on the bag, and we're making a difference a little bit just to show our support for him. I just think it's an honor to carry it.
They're going to move on and be teachers and doctors and lawyers and moms and dads. You want to teach them that it's important to give back to your community, that you do things and you find things to give back to. So it's pretty cool.
When I get the call on the radio that he's in the building, I'm running down to that side of the building when he remembers to call me. Or just knowing that the grandkids, they know Papa's in school and they're excited for the drop-in lunches, and all the teachers know who Papa is.
And if I'm here and I have time in my schedule, I try to, not always because she's busy, I try to see her, and there's a lot of times she is there and sometimes she's not there, and I understand that part of it too.
Or I just come down and help him with whatever he's doing.
She does that also.
Dad had some health issues last year, and so I think for me, especially last year being my first year in the building, it just meant so much to be able to see him during the day and in between treatments, and just being able to know that he was doing okay, because he was still working. I get the extra hug during the day. We touch base. I get to check in on him. It's just special.
I'm very close to my family, first of all, since they were little girls. But as you get older, and when I had the bout with cancer, I looked at life, and I said, if something should happen to me, I don't regret anything, because I had a great relationship with my wife, my 2 daughters, and my son, and all my grandchildren. So I have a lot to be thankful for.
There are 5 teams that are participating today, with upwards of 6 teams from each school. And they are competing with 6 rounds, and each round consists of 3 questions that they have to answer in 10 minutes. So each category being 10 minutes, 6 categories, a little bit of a break in between. But yeah, just a little over an hour, about an hour and a half, we can get this done. We welcome in all students. So the questions are designed, there's a 1-point question, a 2-point question, a 3-point question. The 1-point question is for students who are a regular student, Regent students. And then part 2 question, part 3 questions are for the students that are looking to go above and beyond.
Math about problem solving. And if you can problem solve, you are going to be successful in life. It doesn't really matter if it's math problem solving, science problem solving, art problem solving. You have to problem solve no matter what you do. So being able to problem solve is what gets you furthest in life.
Well, that's what I kind of like about Mathly, because when it's all about what you want to do. So if you don't want to be as competitive, you're just there to have fun with your friends and maybe get some extra math in, then it can be like that if you want it to be, or it can be as involved as you'd like it. If you really want to study and do good at these meets, it's going to take a lot of preparation and determination.
I would say it really doesn't matter how many points you get, because a lot of people in their first 2 meets, they might get 0 points, they might get 1 point, and it's just about doing better for yourself and learning how to solve the problems as you go. And maybe you don't get any points the first time, but by the end of the year you might have at least gotten a few, and that's all that it takes to make it be worth it.
We are headed to the solar system.
We put VR goggles on and we went sort of on a field trip, but not really on a field trip because we were just looking through it, and we saw like all the planets. We were looking at the Milky Way and the planets.
We really connected it closely with what they are learning in the classroom. It allows you to act as a scientist and use observation as a scientist and thought, just an excitement about seeing something different than they've ever seen.
I thought today was the best day ever.
So the Student Parent Band is a really unique experience. I've taught in a few different districts, and it's something that I haven't seen anywhere else. It really ties the community together in a very special way.
Music is a lifelong activity, and there's not many places where all 3 age groups can get together and make music together and have that bonding time and that family activity that brings them closer together. And I really enjoy watching students and parents sit next to each other and kind of nudge each other when one of them makes a mistake, especially when the students get to nudge their parents.
And it was really fun, and we got to hang out with a bunch of people who I usually don't see around school.
I mean, anytime that I can spend time with my kids is great. So it was just that. It was an opportunity to share music with my kids.
Sometimes I don't really get to do the same thing with my dad all the time, and I just like doing it.
We have 230 kids in the fair, and we have about 158 projects. Some of the kids do it with a partner, and then some kids do it by themselves. It's really the love of science. It's so wonderful to see their happy little faces when they figured something out.
I'm doing my project, what is the best way to make plastic out of milk? So basically milk is made out of a protein called casein, and casein is made out of a chain of polymers, and if you add vinegar, it breaks up the chain of polymers. If you take the curds out and let it dry, it forms plastic.
It's not just hundreds, it's thousands of kids over the years who have been showcasing their scientific talents. And I think that's, to me, is the best part.
I remember in elementary school, I always loved science class. Science and math were always my 2 favorite things, and the science fair really helped me explore that in an extracurricular capacity.
Yes, it did influence me. With the science, I really enjoyed it, and I thought the projects were very interesting, so I decided to study biology at University of Buffalo next year. It adds value because it teaches you to look at things in a different perspective, and I mean, science is everywhere. In biology, it takes place inside our bodies, which I think is so cool, and you just see how life works.
It's gonna be hard work and stuff. If you want to do the science field, you're gonna learn more science.
One, two, three. All right, thanks, guys. We had an amazing, groundbreaking ceremony for the brand new Spry Cafetorium, which will be finished about 18 months from now on the first day of school, hopefully in 2020. So this year's 6th graders, on their first day of 8th grade, hopefully they're having lunch in their brand new cafetorium.
You know, you can look at that building and admire some of the architectural integrity that's still part of it. But to bring it to where it needs to be just required the work and the vision of Labella and campus construction and all the working and planning that went on behind the scenes to make sure that a plan that kept the integrity of the building with what our students need. And they did a phenomenal job.
It's like great just because it's nice knowing that they are trying to help us and make this place better.
The name is Muffin, and this is my tail.
Oh, it's so cute.
We have a bunch of athletes from different teams, all different teams. We are reading to the elementary school kids. It's a lot of fun just working with them and seeing their smiles when we reading to them. And when we walk in, their eyes light up and stuff.
There were 2 high schoolers that came to our classroom and they read a book to us. They explained what sports they do and what goes on in high school.
I really do like working with the kids. I mean, it's fun to come back to the school that I went to, see all the teachers and everything, and just show the kids what it'll be like when you're older, give them an idea of what's going on.
They said there's nothing to worry about and you'll be fine for high school and you shouldn't be nervous.
You just always want to give back to your community, so I think that's the lesson that they learn.
We talk about too, you're wearing a Warrior shirt, so being a role model for those kids is huge for us.
It's fun meeting different kids and just the connection you build between them and seeing how much of an impact we are and how much of role models we are to them.
I didn't know a whole lot about it. What I know is that Mr. Tucciarello, who's a teacher in the district, contacted me just for some information about Liam's chair size. And I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. And the next thing you know, I get a message to say, hey, you might want to come out to the next Unified game because we have a special something for Liam that we think could work.
We were approached by the lead mentor on a robotics team if we'd be interested in working on a side project. And me and Ryan went off and for that meeting and designed a basic version of what we have here, which evolved and turned into what we have today.
The guys bring out the device, and then Liam just uses his chin, and they can tell you all the technical things.
Liam has a switch that goes underneath his chin. He's able to control that either by nodding or opening up his mouth, and that sends a signal similar to this switch right here to the robot. And once that signal makes it to the robot, we have a onboard processor. It's an Arduino, and it starts a timer, and then it opens up a solenoid, and it's all pneumatic. So it opens up a piston and fires a basketball.
Liam uses his chin, and he's able to shoot the baskets.
Well, it's a good feeling. I mean, I didn't think it was going to work at least the first time we tried it, but it did. So I think it paid off.
Actions speak louder than words. So doing something like this really shows that you care about the Unified team and want to help Liam.
Oh man, it's amazing. As a parent, what do you want? You want to see your kids finding success. You want to see your kids being part of a team and part of something and making an impact. And we had all those emotions, and it was really cool.
During the summertime, we hire on interns from the school year as summer interns. That's actually a paid position. Really good experience for them. This year is super crazy because we just finished our first 3-year cycle for the Chromebooks. So we just collected over 7,000 Chromebooks back, and we're also taking in a brand new batch of 7,000 and getting those ready, as well as iPads and wiring elementary charging carts. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff happening. We have 15 kids on right now, and the assembly line is up and running, and things are a buzz.
So I've been with WTI for 3 years and always kind of interested in the Chromebooks and things like that. And then this job comes along and it's Chromebooks, but even more, which is really helpful. And it's good practice, I guess, for college and doing jobs there.
It's really rewarding that you get to do work that's meaningful and that you know that all of these iPads that we're preparing and the Chromebooks, they're going to go to students that are going to enjoy them all year. You know you're doing meaningful work, which is important.
We're trying to do wellness, we're trying to get kids together to collaborate and communicate with one another, and we're also trying to make sure that they have a fun summer. This is an awesome experience for them because we have over 50 languages represented in our district, and so most of the teams are made up of kids who don't actually speak the same native language, so they really don't have much of a choice but to use English to communicate. So it's a beautiful thing to see them interacting with each other, and one of our goals for the district is to be collaborative and communicate well with one another, so this camp kind of hits all of those little points.
It warms your heart to see them running around and having a great time and interacting with kids that they don't interact with all the time, just because we are representing all of the elementary schools here right now. So they are making friends that they might not get to know in another building.
This is a very great experience, learning more English and spending time with new people. To hear more people speaking English, it's kind of helping me more because I hear new words, and then if I ask them what do they mean, they could tell me, and I'll practice at home saying them and I'll learn.
It's okay to be afraid because once you get to know people and understand English, you'll feel comfortable.
I like to play on the playground. I like to play the playground. Gym. I'm excited to do math, get good grades, and also have specials and lunch. Going swimming at Thomas High School. Learning how to write my name in cursive.
I'm looking forward to making new friends and to learn new things in math. My favorite subject is reading, but I like math because I'm learning times and I'm in 3rd grade.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting new friends and learning more things in 4th grade.
I think I'm looking forward to meeting all of the new students and just making new friends and having everyone be very welcome here.
Switching teachers, learning a new language, first time.
Playing on the soccer team, and being on student council.
I'm looking forward to getting involved with Spirit Week and clubs and stuff. It'll be fun.
I'm really looking forward to all the school sports. I do basketball and softball and golf. And I just think it's really fun to be on the team. All the girls are so nice, and it's just really exciting and something to look forward to.
2 things, actually, prom and lacrosse season, because it's the most important season.
I'm meeting more people who are in my grade in my school. I'm just kind of connecting with as many people as I can, as many teachers as I can before graduating, and just kind of having different experiences than I would have had before.
That we get to play on the swings. I like my teachers. My teacher, art. There's a bunch of nice teachers. Each teacher does something different at the same time, and kids get to learn different things in different grades. I love gym, library, and art.
I like all the teachers. They're really nice, and they're really easy to work with, I guess.
I like that people just lift you up and they're nice to everybody, and it's just so much fun here.
You can make friends easily, and that everyone's nice in the school, and if you fall down, someone's gonna give you a hand, and yeah.
We're just very lucky to have everyone here to be very supportive and have everyone just being kind to everybody.
In my opinion, all the teachers are really nice, so I like them because they help you through the year and they make it fun and educational.
I like switching classes a lot. It's fun to have to be somewhere at a specific time and not just be in one room all day. Probably passing time, I don't like sitting forever.
Having the nice teachers and everyone.
Everyone's so supportive of each other, so it's like helpful being new here.
I really like the environment of Schrader. I feel like it's a good environment to be around. All the teachers and students are really nice, and it just makes it fun and better to go to school every day.
Webster is special because of the culture here. If I were to go to like a football game, I could sit anywhere I want because everyone's nice to each other.
I feel like all the teachers really care for you, no matter who they are, what they teach. If there's a business teacher, a math teacher, science teacher, they all really care for you, no matter, like what grade you're in. If you're a good student or a student who struggles a little bit more, they all really care for you and they want you to succeed.
For the past few years, we've asked veterans in our community to come talk to us through the local Webster VFW post, and my dad is one of those people. We're trying to instill good citizenship and appreciation for people who've served our country.
It's enjoyable and it's nice that the children know why they should be grateful to the country.
I love being with the kids. I can convey to them how wonderful America is.
I think it was really cool that we got the experience for veterans to come to school, and I think it was cool that they got to talk about how they served, what branch of military they're in, and what war they went to.
Enjoy this time when you're going to school, and remember to do a good job so that you can be successful when you graduate.
I would just say thank you. Thank you for serving our country.
You're welcome.
Best Buddies is all about inclusion. I mean, you walk in and there are 10 people who want to be your friend. And there's no exclusion, there's no cliques, there's no circles. It's everybody wants to be your friend and everybody hangs out with everyone, and it's just really cool environment.
Best Buddies has been worldwide for 30 years now, but it came to Western New York 4 years ago. We were one of the first 5 schools to sign up. So our special education students are the buddies, and they're matched with a peer buddy who has some similar interests. The peer buddy makes a commitment to reach out to their buddy once a week outside school, and it could be email or telephone, and they make the agreement that they're once a month going to go do something outside school.
They make me smile every day, whenever we have this, I always come in with a smile because it's always fun to see them.
It's a really awesome opportunity for them to work on those social skills and have friends outside of just their typical classroom where they are mostly during the day.
I like making new friends and having conversations with them. It makes me feel great. It helps expand your knowledge and just your understanding of things that you wouldn't normally get to experience on an everyday basis.
We're all friends at Schrader because we're all one family.
We are Thomas Titans! We are Schlegel Tigers!
We are the Clem South Penguins.
We are the Whitgrove Gammas!
We are Clem North Stars.
We are One Webster Learning Owl! We are Willing Titans! We are the Warriors!
We are State Road Eagles.
We are Lake North Pioneers! We are the Gold Family!
We are Plank South Eagles.
We are Sky Warriors! We are one community!
We are one district!
We are one family!
We are one Webster.
We are one Webster!
This is our 5th annual Day of Giving. So this is a day where we take the kids and it's a time that they can step away from the academic setting and come and be active community members by creating projects that they can then donate to places in the community.
We're all here today to kind of join as a family and do the different things and give to people who don't have much this holiday and just give give thanks to people that we love.
This year we're doing baby blankets that are tie blankets. So those are going out in the community, and then they are making ornaments that they painted and filled with snow that they're going to be donating to kids and teachers inside Schrader.
It feels good. It's just excellent that they could take that, go home, maybe hang it up on their tree, and, just be like, another kid made that for me.
And then they are decorating cookies and making cookie trays that they can then go give to their family members. So they have a little bit of the community, the inside the Schrader community, and then at home too.
To me, I think it's giving back to people that we don't really think about often, and that's really important to me.
I think it's important because there's some families that don't have a lot, and it's really helpful to get things back, like give them things that they might not have, and just make them feel warm inside, I guess.
People my age should really give back, and instead of thinking about yourself, you should think about others.
Welcome to Wonder Care. This is Wonder Care, and we get to play and eat snack and go to clubs for what we pick, and it's really fun.
So Wonder Care is our new wraparound program. Wonder Care starts in the morning from 6:30, and students can be dropped off at that time, and they can stay here in the morning, get breakfast, have activities, have games, some mindfulness up until school starts. And then at students' dismissal, students can enter the Wonder Care program, and they can be here for as late as 6 p.m. We're trying to offer as much opportunities for the kids to be engaged and new learning opportunities that align with the curriculum in the district.
They have an opportunity right after school to either have some active time or have some quiet time. There's a lot of support for homework help. We have a great staff who just collaborates together and works well together, not only coming up with great ideas, but they love being with the kids.
My kids have had the opportunity to experience a variety of different activities that possibly wouldn't have the opportunity to experience, outside of school, just because of time. So it's been great. In addition to that, they have some downtime with their friends. When they're in class, they're focused on school, day-to-day school. Well, Wonder Care has allowed them the opportunity to kind of decompress and play with their friends at the end of the day before they come home and get into that routine.
You get to hang out with your friends, and it's kind of fun to just talk with your friends, and you get to go outside with your friends and play games with your friends, and it's really fun.
Wonder Care is cool, and it's making everybody happy.
This assembly is a culmination of our celebrations here for Black History Month, and they were organized by our African American Heritage Committee, which is part of our FIRE group, which represents our parents and families, bringing equity to our school system. And it's really a celebration of multiple cultures. It's a celebration of African culture, it's a celebration of Hispanic culture, and also a celebration of Native or Indigenous cultures. And they all came together through this music.
The enthusiasm and excitement from all the students to just embrace and participate in another person's culture. And it has also just been awesome to see the principals, assistant principals, teachers to model that for students and to get involved and embrace it and participate. And the students have loved seeing their principals up there and the teachers up there.
I think it was a good time. It was worth doing it.
I didn't want to leave it because it was so fun, and it was also very funny when the teachers got to do it and then all the kids got to do it, and it was just so fun.
one community.
We are one district.
We are one family.
We are one Webster. We are one Webster.
Getting some exercise is a way to get your spirits lifted and to get out of the doldrums. I mean, we can't go and do the things that we normally have been doing. And so those of you that maybe didn't have exercise as part of your life, this would be a great way to start. The one thing I do have in my little bag of tricks is a scavenger hunt. I've done it many times. I've done it around Webster Park before. I've done it in Schrader, actually. And I know that the kids really enjoy them. So I thought, why not just do another scavenger hunt? Let me think about Webster Park. I know Webster Park with the back of my hand. My cross-country kids know the park like the back of their hand, both the Schrader kids, both the Thomas kids. And how can I get them zooming around Webster Park that's a little bit different and a little more fun?
So I definitely appreciated that he went out and he created a 5-mile loop for everyone. And it was nice to have the option to go to Webster Park and have a predetermined 5-mile mark.
And to be able to go to like Webster Park and do this 5-mile trek in the woods, and at least for like me, I prefer doing that, so I thought that was a lot more fun. It was just better because you can be like in nature, and that's just better than running on the roads for me.
Yeah, it helps me kind of keep structure in my day. It's the first thing I do. It's a good grounding thing.
To be able to use something like Coach Claire's little trail that he set up and to be able to use it in a variety of ways and to be in nature, still be able to social distance and be with your family, or, you can even meet a friend there and as long as you stay 6 feet apart and you can wave to them from afar. That's been really great for our school and our team, and certainly my family enjoyed it.
It's a healing process, being out in nature. And if you can combine exercise with being out in nature, you're going to feel loads better when it's done.
We kind of wanted to bring new life and new interest and kind of revitalize the arts. And so we said Clue makes the most sense.
Clue is based on, obviously, the board game, the Parker Brothers board game. And again, also based on the 1985 cult classic movie. It's kind of a mix-up of kind of a thriller whodunit with also a lot of elements of comedy. When you come to see the show, you're invited, among other people, to a dinner party where quickly we find out that it's not a regular dinner party, and pretty soon the game is afoot. There is at least one killer in the story, and we got to figure out who it is and make sure we don't die.
So you'll click on a link, sign up for a registration, and then the night of the show, you'll come in and you will literally see the actors hopping on and off your screen if they're entering and exiting the stage. There'll be sound effects going across the screen. The actors have gotten pretty good at being immersive, so they will actually be handing things to each other and things like that.
I figured that we wouldn't exactly give up on this project. We're just acting off of our screen as if the screen is the other person. So like whenever I pick up a prop or get handed a prop, I basically go to the screen and I grab it from the person that's in front of me that's on the screen.
I think that it's still going to be really great to do it online and more people can come. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a nice murder mystery. You can guess who done it, and that's it. You can see all our familiar faces for everyone in Webster.
Hey students, this is Mrs. Canny and Amber, and we are here to say that we miss you and we can't wait for those days that we see you soon. Keep smiling. Bye.
I miss all my students, past and present. 6th graders, I miss you. 8th graders, good luck as you move to the high school. And seniors, may your futures be bright.
We're proud of you. We miss you tons.
everyone. I'm Caroline Donovan from Webster Thomas High School. To my Titan family, I want to say I miss you dearly. And to our One Webster community, thank you for all that you do. We're going to get through this together.
Hi Webster, this is Mrs. Dobson from Schlegel Road. We miss you all. We hope you're staying healthy. Keep doing your work. You're doing amazing. We'll see you all soon. Bye boys and girls.
Hi DeWitt Road Pandas. We miss you so much. Keep working hard, be brave, find joy in each day, and know that we are so excited to be together again soon.
Hola a todos, les echo de menos. Espero que todos estén bien. Cuídense por favor y lávense las manos. Nos vemos pronto. Adios.
Hi Titans! You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you'll ever know.
Having two seniors at home and knowing that this time of year is supposed to be the best time of year for seniors. Then having all the school districts putting up signs around, I thought to myself, well, I have a big sign and it's on wheels.
That's one of the reasons I love working and living in Webster. And we have great family support. We have great teachers and students. And, you know, during a crisis like this, people come together and they want to help each other out, just showing that community pride in the schools and the students.
I've been hearing the same sort of thing, all positives, unbelievable, and coolest idea on wheels. And to do the one Webster, it just makes you want to beam with pride from being part of Webster.
I'm just very grateful for all of our members of the community that have joined together to do all of these huge acts of kindness, especially Mr. Butcher. As soon as I saw the Instagram post that there was a tractor trailer, my family and I all got in the car and we went there and we took our pictures. So I'm just very, very thankful for that opportunity.
You know, we've had the One Webster thing going for a little while, but this is when it really strikes me, you know. When you got a collaborative action on both ends that's helping everyone. It's great stuff.
Here in Webster, you got two schools, one town, and one family. So, you know, we're all together regardless what school you go to. You know, we're all one big family here in Webster.